Hello, welcome everyone. This is my very first tutorial. Okay, so because there was a few people asking me, I thought I'd do a quick tutorial on how to make your own CC. Okay, so this will be making a recolor of an object that's already in game, and this will be a base game object. Okay, so you won't need any packs for it, as you can see here. So this is the bed that we get in base game, or one of the beds, and this bed over here with the pugs on top, which is very cute, that's what I made, which is in game now. Okay, so obviously I took the picture in game, so we're going to make something like that today. So the things you will need, guys, the things you will need, the first thing you will need obviously is Sims 4 Studio. Okay, so that will bring in the objects that we need. Second thing you will need is Gimp. Okay, so Gimp. It's free to download, and once you get a hang of it, it's really easy. And another thing I have just on the side here, which is a good thing to do as well, just grab some pictures, guys. Any type of pictures you could really grab that have a invisible background. I might leave some links down below, so you can find some pictures that are royalty free and invisible. They have the invisible background. Okay, so once you have them two, so the Sims 4 Studio, Gimp, and some pictures, you want to come back into Sims 4 Studio. Okay, so today we're going to do an object. If you do like this tutorial, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll do one for a cat, so we can make our own tops, skirts, pants, whatever you like. Let me know in the comments, and we'll do that one next time. So we're doing objects. So click object. There's a lot. Okay, so I do have every pack. So my scrolling, there's a lot to scroll and load. But we're not going to be doing that. We're going to look at base game. So up here, there's game pack, content, and search. So we want base game. So in content, there's all, game, or custom. So custom is obviously custom content you have downloaded for your game, and game is just base game, what you have. So in whatever pack you've chosen, we've chosen base game. And we're just going to search. Okay, so bed. And what we're going to do, I'm going to pick a new bed. I might do a single bed for a kid, because we haven't done a kid's bed yet. So let's do this one. So it's the green bed. You can choose whatever bed really you'd like. It will work in any way. Okay, as you can see there, I have started on a skirt. Just ignore that one. So we're going to save it as kids bed 1. You can save it whatever you'd like, guys. Okay, we'll save that, and it'll load up. Okay, and it'll come to this interface sort of, and you'll see the object. Okay, so this is the object that we are editing, and we're going to recolor and make a brand new object in game. So it won't replace that object. A lot of people think that recoloring replaces that object. It doesn't. Well, not the way I do it. It will not replace that object. It will add a new object. So I'll have 2 of these beds. One will have these swatches that come with the game, and the second one, the second object, will be the one we created today. Okay, so with this one, I have learnt how to make the bases different colors as well, but we're not focusing on that. We're going to focus on changing just the color of the actual bed. So we're going to stick with the white. So we'll go with the blue and white one here. And so over here we've got add swatch, remove swatch. Okay, so we're going to click on remove swatch. Okay, so we got removed the last 2. And we're just going to go over to the pink one, remove swatch. Go to the first one, remove swatch. Go to that one, remove swatch. So now we do only have one swatch, and it does look a bit odd now, because there we go. There we go. So it does sometimes stick on that last swatch, but just click add swatch, and it will refresh with the swatch that you've kept. Okay, so now we can see here the name, Anti-Goblin Bed by Kindermaid, description and price. Okay, what we want is the texture. Okay, now over here in texture, we will have the texture here. It's one. Sometimes, depending on the object or the CAS item that we're doing, there might be more than one. Okay, so with this one, there is only one. So what we want to do is press export. Okay, now this will be the name of the object. Okay, so we're going to do kids bed by it's JIM. Done. And that is exported, and it's gone into my files here. Okay, so once you do find where it is, the object that you've just saved, right click it, and then you go down to open with Gimp. Okay, so that will open up Gimp. I do have Gimp already open, so there it is. Quite simple there, guys. So that's how we've opened it there. So you can see here, that's the bed, the very top of it, there's some pillows, and if you make sure you keep Simple Studio open so you can look at what you're actually coloring. So we can see here the sheet is actually blue, so we come back here, this will be the sheet, guys. Okay, so this side is the sheet, that's the top blanket, that's the pillows. This area here is the base, the bed base. Okay, now we're not gonna color that. You can if you like. It just might not come out the way you would like. All right. Now, the next step we want to do, excuse me, is grab our pictures. This is why we need our pictures, guys. Okay, and now we're just gonna go with a kid's bed. So I've got a beautiful, cute, little, adorable elephant picture here. Right click again, open with Gimp, and it will load up like that. Okay, so this is the bed that we have. We'll go back to the bed. Okay, so as you remember, it is blue. Okay, so if we want to change that just a little bit, get rid of the pattern, we can do that very simply. Okay, so over here we've got all these different buttons. Okay, and it will be a lot to take in. It's okay, it's okay. I'm here for you if you have any questions. Okay, we're going to keep it simple. Go up to the rectangle, select tool. Okay, so it's just a little square. It's got little dots that goes around like a square. Okay, and this will be just click and drag. Click and drag, okay? So here we've got the bed cover. So what we want to do is go here and go all the way down till about there. Okay, so there is a line that's there in the blue. Let me just, so if you can see there, so that will be the top of the blanket. Okay, so that's where I've gone to, and I'm including the bottom here, because if you look down here, that'll be the bottom of the blanket there. So it will just be a shade of that one. Okay, so what we're going to do here, and here's my panda girl, my dog. Say hello, panda. Hello, panda. She's quite a big dog. She is a bull Arab cross bloodhound. So they've got the really big howls. Okay, I get distracted. What we're going to do now, so now that is outlined with a square, we'll go up to our little buttons here again. There is the eraser tool, okay? And they all do have hotkeys. This one is Shift E, okay? I will not be using the hotkeys. I'll just be going up here, clicking on the buttons to make it easier. So eraser tool, okay? Now, if we go down here, and it's got the brush here, and the white picture, and there's the size, we can up and down it like that, okay? So we'll go to the eraser, and what we're going to do is erase it. Okay. Why isn't that working? Oh, there we go. Okay, so if I was doing the wrong clicks. So if we do left click, and it changes the brush size. Okay, guys? So go to the smallest one. So that way, it won't be as rough. Okay? And I'm not pushing down. I'm just doing one click. Just one click. That's it. Just one click. And just go around like this. Just like that. And you're just trying to slowly get rid of the pattern. Okay. Now you can see it slightly still, but we can go over that with color. Okay. Now the next step, okay, is right next to the eraser tool is the paintbrush tool. It also has the pencil, airbrush, ink, and my paintbrush. Ignore all of them. All we want to focus on is paintbrush and airbrush. Okay. Now if we left click on it and then right click. Okay, right click will open up the menu. Paintbrush and airbrush. So we'll go down to airbrush. Okay. Make sure that down here the brush size is still small. And the size, you can obviously change the size whatever you would like. Okay, we're going to make it about that big. Because it was blue, let's change it to a pink. So we've got pink already loaded. And we can just easily just left click that and change the color to whatever color you like. We're going to go with pink. Okay, so we've got it all loaded. So we'll just click over here, and here we can actually hold down the button if we want. Okay, you don't have to. If you want it just a bit slighter color, you can just tap if you want to do tapping. If you go too much. Now, because the great thing about this square is it won't color outside. So that's why we do the square first. So if I click over here, it won't color. It won't color that at all. Only the square. Okay. So we're going to come down here and just do slightly down here. Just slightly. Okay. So you can see that I'm trying to go for like a faded sort of look. And that's why I went with a paintbrush. And also it will look a little better. Okay. So there we go. Just make sure you're doing it. Just make sure everywhere is doing all the color. Okay. So now we're going to go over to our picture up here. Okay, so there's the bed, and there's our little elephant or whatever picture you have chosen. So over here we want to right click, edit, copy visible. Okay, click copy visible. All right. Now go back to the bed. All right, and it will be there. All right, so we go to our brush and left click, and there it is in the corner. There it is. We have it, and we can actually stick it on the bed wherever we like. Okay, so I'm going to bring it down the size. We've got the size, aspect ratio, angle, and so on. We're going to focus on size only, and we're just going to bring it down. And what we might do is do a little one up here. About there. Okay, so because I forgot to put the paintbrush on, I will show you how to go back. Okay, over here, next we've got the tool options, images, and undo history. Down the right, down the bottom, and it's the one right before it. Quite simple, guys. Now up back to our airbrush tool, right click, paintbrush. Okay, and then we can go again and click it on the bed, and there we go. Okay, you can actually see it. And if you want to zoom in on the picture, guys, if you want to zoom in on the actual bed itself, below the paintbrush is the zoom tool. Okay, and zoom in or zoom out over here. Okay, zoom in or zoom out, and you just want to left click. Okay, and to move around like that, you want to hold in the scroll button. Okay, just like that, and we can see the elephant right there. Okay, now if we go back to our paintbrush, we want to add another one. Okay, so we want to make the size a bit bigger. There we go. So how about that? We'll go a little bit bigger. We got to try and remember, if we go like that, obviously not the whole picture will be on the bed. Okay, so keep it in that square, and we're going to go about there, like that. Okay, now the next step we're going to do is change this blue. up the blue strip. Okay, so we're going to go back to our rectangle select tool. Click on that one, and we're just going to go like that, just like we did with the bed cover. Make the square, click on the paintbrush tool, okay, and then right click, make sure it's on airbrush. Alright, now come down to the brush size down here and click on the smallest one. And then here we can change the size obviously to whatever we would like. Okay, we'll keep it a bit smaller like that. And we just go over it like this, and you can make it as dark or light as you like. Okay, until just keep clicking or moving your mouse over and running it through with the color until you're happy with it. Okay, just like that. Now I'm pretty happy with that. So now we're going to move on with the sheet. Okay, so this is the sheet. Not all beds are going to be the same. They're not going to all have it all together like this. Okay, so we've got to remember that. Now with this one, the sheet, just to keep it nice and safe, we're going to cover it all like that. Okay, now we're going to go back to our airbrush tool, right click, make sure it's on airbrush. Okay, and this time let's make it a bit bigger, a little bit bigger. There we go. Okay, and the hardness, make sure left click, it's on the smallest one, not on the actual picture that you've copied. Okay, now we'll come over here. Now we don't want to color in these edges here. We only want to color in the actual shapes here. Okay, so we're going to go like this. I'm just tapping, guys, on that bit just there, and drag down here like that, just like this, until you are happy. Or if you're following along with me with the same bed or same color, you can obviously change the color if you'd like. Change the bed. But if you are following along, try and do as much as I do. Okay. And there we go. I'm very happy with that color. We might have to come back, but we'll see. Okay. Now, to get this back into the studio, the Sims 4 studio, that's what we want. Okay. So now that we're happy with that, we can change it a bit more if we wanted to. So up here, the white patterns here, we could change that, but we're going to keep it simple today, guys. Okay, so we'll go up here and click on File. Okay, File, Export As. Export As, okay, and this is what we have it saved as at the moment. Kids Bed by It's JIM. I always put the 1, because this will be number 1. Okay, it's totally up to you. You can override it, but then that will be getting rid of that actual original mesh. Okay, and you might have problems later on. So always just add that 1. So this is the number 1. Okay, and then go export. Ignore all that. Just ignore all that, and then export again, and it will load. Done. Okay, done. You're finished with Gimp. Close Gimp. If you wanted to, close Gimp. Okay, now we are back in Sims 4 Studio. Alright, so we got our bed here. Okay, now we want to go add swatch. I always keep the very first one that we've edited as the same. Okay, don't change that one. And now what we're going to do, so we've got 2 now of the same. Okay, click on import. Okay, we're on textures. So we're at the catalog, textures, meshes, tags. We're at the texture. Okay, we're on the second swatch. Click import, and it should open up where you've saved the recent edit. So there it is, kids. So we got both of them there. We got the first one, and we got Kids Bed Jam 1. Okay, we click on that one, and then click open. And there we go. And look at that, guys. Very simple, just like that. And like I said, you can edit the top sheet just there if you wanted to. You make it in Gimp and your own CC. Okay, so if you're happy with that, you can go and go ahead and click save, and you know you can put it in your game. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, again, you can edit it, go back to Gimp, edit it, start doing the squares again, and you can change it to whoever you like. Okay, to get rid of the white stripes, if you want to have that just pink, if you want to have a pink pillow, you can change the pillows as well. So that one, you just do a little square over the pillow here and color in the pillow. Okay, but we're going to keep it simple. Okay, say you like that, we click save. Your package has been saved. Okay, now if it comes up, it cannot be saved because of a mesh problem, of a lost mesh. It's because you've lost that very first one. That's why I always say put the number 1, because it just makes sure that it saves everything. Okay, so that's saved. Alright, so we're back in game. So just so you remember, alright, so we've got here, just so we can make it a bit more clearer for everyone. Okay, this is my mods folder for The Sims. Alright, so we've got the kids bed package 1. That's what if you remember, that's what we named it. Okay, that's what's in my mods folder. Alright, that's what you need to put in the mods folder. Not these pretty pictures that we've just made, just the package. Okay, so we're in game, we've got a sim here. That is the bed that came with it. Okay, so we've got here the anti-goblin bed. Anti-goblin bed. Alright, and we'll go to the swatch. That swatch. That is the swatch that we were playing around with in Gimp. Okay, and now beside it is the one that we made. Okay, the own CC, our own CC. Okay, so you've got 2 objects, so it does make your very own objects. And it's got the 2 swatches, the one that it came with and the one that we made. Okay, so we click here and there you go. There is your CC that you made in game, and we'll just quickly have a look so you can actually see that it is playable. Let's have a sleep. There we go. And as you can see there, it is perfectly working, guys. You know, it's perfect. You know, obviously I could edit it a bit more, but if you want to see that more, let me know in the comments. If you want to see more tutorials like this on how to make your own CC and recolors, let me know, and we'll make some more. But now you have your own CC, you can make your own kid's bed and put it in your game. Alright guys, enjoy, and don't forget to hit that like, leaving a comment, and if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. See you next time. Bye.